In today's long-form video, I'm going to walk you through a controlled technique for safely removing a tiny IC located extremely close to the CPU. This is a high-risk area. Too much heat can damage the main chip, and sealed components may blow solder when overheated. I'll break down the entire process step by step, including heat control, positioning, and safe lifting, so you can clearly understand how to handle sensitive components around the CPU. This IC sits right beside the CPU, with almost no clearance around it. Because of the tight spacing, the heat from your hot air can easily transfer into the CPU's edge, especially if you're not controlling the airflow direction. The chip itself is sealed, which means it tends to trap heat and may pop or blow solder if overheated. We're going to use a bent tip soldering iron together with low temperature hot air to remove this chip. First, I scrape off the top coating of the IC with a blade. Exposing the bare surface allows the chip to absorb heat more efficiently, making the removal process safer and more controlled. This chip can be scraped with a bit more force, but be careful not to damage the tiny components around it. Even though the coating is tough, the surrounding parts are extremely fragile, so every movement here needs to stay controlled and precise. Take your time with this. Step brushing can easily knock off nearby capacitors or resistors. While scraping, we can clean the surface with a bit of alcohol. This helps remove the debris and makes it easier to see the condition of the chip clearly under the microscope. At this stage, we can make a few additional passes with the blade to create more surface scratches. These small marks increase the friction later when we push with a soldering iron, making the chip easier to control during removal. Just be sure to keep the scraping controlled so you don't hit the nearby components. Now we're ready to remove the chip. First, I apply a small amount of flux to the area. Then I set the bent tip soldering iron to 320 degrees Celsius and add a bit of low temperature solder to increase the heat transfer across the surface. This helps the chip heat up more evenly and makes the removal process much more controlled. I angle the hot air so it blows across the chip instead of directly downward. This keeps the heating area smaller and prevents excess heat from spreading toward the CPU. Once the surface begins to warm up, I place the bent tip soldering iron on top, apply light pressure, and gently push outward. This combination of controlled hot air and steady mechanical force helps release the chip safely without stressing the surrounding components. We can see that the inductor beside the chip has picked up a bit of solder. Don't worry, this isn't a big problem. Since this chip isn't sealed with underfill, we can simply clean off the excess solder later during the pad cleaning stage. Alright, now we're going to clean the pads. Since this is an underfill chip, we need to be more careful during the cleaning process. I'll start by applying a bit of low temperature solder to the pads. This helps soften the remaining solder and makes it easier to clean the surface without damaging the surrounding components. After applying the low temperature solder, we use 230 degrees Celsius hot air together with tweezers to remove the remaining underfill around the pads. The gentle heat softens the adhesive, and the tweezers allow us to carefully scrape it away without damaging the pads or nearby components. Alright, let's clean the area first. Removing the leftover underfill and debris will give us a clear view of the pads and make the next steps safer and more controlled. Great, the underfill is mostly cleaned off. Now we'll use solder Wick to remove the remaining solder from the pads and get the surface completely clean. We can see that one of the pads is missing, but there's no need to panic. That spot is an empty pad. It was never a connection point to begin with. So even though it looks like a pad is gone, it's actually just a non-used position on the board. Alright, let's clean the area again and take another look. A quick cleanup helps us confirm that all the underfill and excess solder are fully removed, and it gives us a clear view of the pad condition before moving on. Everything looks good. To make sure we have enough space when installing the new chip, we'll clean a bit more of the underfill around the edge. Opening up the area slightly helps a new IC sit properly without being pushed or misaligned by leftover adhesive. Perfect. Everything is ready for the new chip installation. That's the end of today's tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I hope this breakdown helps you understand the process more clearly. We'll continue sharing more real microsoldering repairs in future videos.